Morning world, Hippy Trev here. It's another beautiful day up here in paradise, so roll the intro.
Hi, Hippy Trev here, and welcome to my channel. Hope you get something out of it.
Righto world, so I've had a bit of time off for myself. Big shout out to the Grey Ghost. Mate, thank you. I've enjoyed my bit of time off, and also my son over in Perth. Thank you, Isaac. Done me a solid, mate. So yeah, I've had a bit of time off. I think I deserved it. Firstly, I want to do a shout out to Jeremy, Trish, and your partner Pete over in the Long White Cloud Island. Glad to have you aboard, guys, and a very big hi to your son, Jeremy. Rightio, so I've had a bit of time off. Yesterday was a pretty good day. We've got some really cold weather coming. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back up onto the bus roof at this stage. I'm finding it really hard to get motivated, I tell you. So, but anyway, let's get back into the boat for a minute. A couple of things need to be done here. Firstly, I want to push my bash plates on. So I want to put my bash plates back on. Quickly paint them red because it looks better than that shitty mustard brown. So back to the boat. What's happening here? Well, I believe I've sealed up the, that has no water leaks, and I believe that works, but until I do a run to, say, Bundy or somewhere like that, I really don't know. But it's been sitting here for 2 days. It hasn't lost any water. I've done a few short runs around the street, and all seems to be pretty good. The new big coil came in, and boy, does it buzz. I mean, the old one had a bit of a buzz to it, but this thing is just buzzing, like literally. It's so loud I can't even hear the engine underneath. So what I want to do now is I want to redo my timing after I do my bash plates. I'm going to put my bash plates on first, but I need to take the air filter off and show you exactly what I'm doing. So she's running pretty good, but I don't know if you can see down in there. These are my old timing marks. So there was a mark there and a mark here. So the dizzy needs to come back this way. So it's about one tooth out. Also, I haven't been able to tighten and secure it down properly. So I'm going to pull this whole distributor out. I'm going to pull this whole distributor out. I'm going to move a one tooth, reset all my markings back to where they were originally, because that's where she was running good. And then I'll start doing my tune up and timing from there. Being a different cam, I probably will also have to probably muck around with my carby and reset all that. But for the overall, yeah, I want to pull the dizzy out. There's no gasket on there. I don't have to the brand new gasket. It's gone. It's long gone. Whether it disappeared down the back of the motor, but I do have my second-hand gasket there for the dizzy, which I want to put in because I can't get it to lock down. Now I could tune it in this position. It's running, runs great. It's not tuned right. I only tuned it when I had the old coil in here. So I could tune it here, but I want to put it back to my old markings and then readjust everything from there. So what I'll do is advance it until she pings, and then I just back off until the pinging stops, and that's pretty much tuned. So anyway, my first job is to pull my pants up. My first job is to get in and get these bash plates done. Right, there was, let's get these bash plates in. Al Bundy. I love my zippy zip. Yeah, Al Bundy, thank you very much for my zippy zip tools. They make life so much easier. There is no oil leaks under this car at all, none. How good is that? There's also no water leaks under this car. I think job done. Job done, bash plates are back on. A lot of people reckon you don't need them, but I like to have them under there, especially for water and shit. They're red, and I don't care. Why? Because I don't care. Excuse me. Rightio, so now it's to get to the dizzy. So yes, Al Bundy, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Al Bundy, for the Zippy Zip tools. They are bloody fantastic, so thank you so much. Right, so I've got my specially bent spanner. Yes, I was, a bent spanner. So this was a brand new 916, so I just hit it with a blowtorch, bent it, and with a set of vice grips like so, except a little bit tighter. We can actually get to this back bolt that I can't even see, but I know it's there. There it is. So many wires in the way. Really hard to get down into here and get these out. Oh shit, what I haven't done is I haven't set up my timing marks yet. I forgot. Not very good of me. Right, that's that one. Number one is there. And I'm 180 degrees out. I always pull my number one spark plug out. Get rid of that out of the way. Undo those. They're not very good connections. I really need to do a better job there. Right, that's my brake booster out of the way. Let's get this coil up and out of the way. Oh shit. Oh, need me plug. Plug lead wouldn't come off. Rightio, so I need to turn it another full 180 degrees to get this pointing the right direction. Here comes our mark. Yep. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see down there. So marks on top dead centre down there. Distributor's pointing in the right direction. Now what I need to do, firstly get this bolt out down the back here. There we go. Bolt and clip. Go get my gasket. This is my old gasket, and God knows where the new one is, because I've got no idea. Right, so we're going to lift the distributor up. I'm going to put it, where's number one? There. That should be about there. Well, that's where all my old marks were. Oh, okay, I need to put my gasket on. Oh, I just found the, whoop, there's my gasket. All right, so I found the new gasket. That's there. Nope, that's well out. That's it. Nope. Well, this is sort of it. Rightio. Right, that's the dizzy back in. Yeah, she hasn't been started this morning, so this will be a cold start right up. So I don't know how we're going to go. Well, it's definitely well out. Which way do I go? I got this bastard right. That is so far out to where it used to be. Well, she's running, but it's not where I wanted it to be. All right, I'm going to let it run and warm up for a bit, and then I'll go for a test drive and try and get her up to pinging, and then try and back her off and set it there. So I was unable to get it back on the old marks. You know, a bit of smoke coming down from over on the back corner there. I think the rocker cover gasket's a little bit not right. Right now, she's running, but she's not right. Rightio, I'm going to swap cameras into the car. We're going to go for a drive, and we're going to try and get this thing tuned the way it should be. So, all right, I'll get back to you a bit later. Oh, wind the passenger window up, I think. Rightio, well, let's go for a test run. Starts well enough. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that coil buzzing? That's the coil buzzing. Buzzing harder than the old one did. So, and when I put that coil on, it made such a difference. You could just, oh, it's kind of watch what I'm doing. The tone of the motor when I changed from the old coil to that coil was just so noticeably different. So there's no ticking anymore. That is done. The ticking's finished with, so whether it comes back and does damage or has already done the damage, we'll have to wait and see how many miles I get out of it. Right now we're at 71,500 589, 71,500 miles, or nearly 71,600, something like that. All right, we'll go for a run out of town. You guys can go out, have a look out front. Nothing coming. Oh yeah, up to cruising speed. All right, we're at cruising speed. And no ping. So I flattened the floor and there's no pinging there, so I can advance it just a little bit. Which I'm going to do just down here. I'm going to advance it and keep advancing until I get a ping out of it. And then I'll back it off a B-stick, and that should be as good as time needs to be. This is how you time it. Oh, Skippy on the road here, big boy, right there. That's a big Skippy. And that's fairly fresh. He's got hit not so long ago. All right, I'm going to just quickly jump under the bonnet here and advance the timing. Just a B-stick at a time. Jeez, it's hot in here. Right, yeah, I've advanced it a little bit and dropped the idle. Now she's pinging. Yep, she's pinging right there. Alright, so now I can drop it back a tad. I was pretty much spot on the first time. Alright, so I'm just going to pull up here, back that dizzy off a bit, and pretty much set and forget. Maybe a tune of the carby. I don't think this cam is as aggressive as the other cam I had in here. I can just feel the power difference, definitely, from what the other cam was like to this one. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. Hopefully this one might even be a little bit more economical, because the other one was just, it just loved drinking petrol, this other fucking cam. Alright, so what am I doing? I'm retarding, that's right. Right, let's retard it. Rightio, I've retarded that. So this is the corner where the bloke and his daughter were set on fire and killed, right here. That house just up there is where they reckon that chick killed the father and daughter. I don't know anything about it, I'm not saying anything about it. Beautiful Kyla Mountain there in the distance. Beautiful Kyla Mountain there in the distance. Mount Walsh looking beautiful as she does, always. That's not pinging now. Red line. Actually feels good. And I don't want to overtake this person. I'm going to turn around up here, so I don't need to be overtaking them as slow as they are. 50 mile an hour, you got to be kidding me. Definitely not pinging, but I don't feel the power pickup that I used to from the other cam. Oh, I love YouTube people. I started getting a few messages wondering if I was okay and where I am. It seems if I don't get a video out within a week, people start wondering what's happened to me. So anyway, I'm back. And like I said earlier, big thanks to the Grey Ghost. They gave me some time off, and my son Isaac as well. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate it. So, oh shit, so we've got some cold days coming up. Right, 50 mile an hour, can't fucking believe it. I'm just going to get under there and tighten this distributor down and leave it right where it is. I want to lock it down right now, exactly where it is. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed my time off. I built a model, one of my little AMTT buckets. What a piece of shit model that was. Had it all together, looking good, and I went to pick it up to move it, and I fucking dropped it, and basically the whole frame fell completely to bits and almost destroyed it. Rightio, that's locked into position. Yeah, she's definitely got a smoky, oily smell, which will be that rocker cover. I do have 2 rocker cover gaskets in the shed. I was hoping to get away without using them, but yeah, I can smell that oil. No, this thing's running beautiful. She definitely doesn't have to get up and go that the old cam had, but you know what? She's running. I can literally just park this up now. I don't have to do anything else to it for the time being. I'll put the air cleaner back on, maybe have a tickle with the carby. But other than that, this thing's just quiet as a mouse. This is why I've persisted with this motor for so long. I know I said it a couple of videos ago, because the bottom end of this motor was so good, didn't use oil, ran perfectly, no rattles, no clunks, no nothing. Even when I pulled the sump off, everything underneath looked really good. That's why I've persisted with this motor without pulling all the cams and the rods and everything out and changing all the bloody bearings and all that sort of shit. I can do it, but I didn't want to do it. And I'm sort of hoping I didn't have to do it. Well, we're definitely not pinging, so we're running. So that's why I held on so long with this block and this motor, trying to get away with it, just doing the bare basics. Why it chewed the first lobe out, don't know, after 2.5 years or longer, the 2.5 years that I had it, that it ran beautiful, don't know. And then when I put it together the second time and it took that lobe out after going to Mount Morgan and back, maybe it just didn't like doing 90 mile an hour and passing a bunch of cars. I'm going to try and look after this one a bit better, like no running red lines very often. Yeah, right now this thing is so quiet. I can't believe how quiet this motor is. Good oil pressure, 61 psi, perfect temperatures on both temp gauges. A little bit underpowered, but you know what, we're going to call that a win. The car's together. Now I can concentrate on getting back onto the bus roof and getting that sealed up and painted. And go back to doing a few more models. Yeah, I definitely call this a win. I'm going, we're running. And like I said, if she drops another lobe, then that'll be it for this motor. I will not be putting another $1 into this motor as far as cams and lifters and any of that sort of shit. This motor's had its time. Who knows? I might get 50,000 miles out of this motor. I might get 10,000. I might get 1,000. I don't know. But right now, we're tooling through town. We're at 40 mile an hour, and not a rattle, not a clunk, not a nothing. You'd have to be fairly happy with that, surely. We'll do a little bit of drive through the main street. Just coming on 10 to 12 Friday morning. That was cute. I can hear that coil buzzing, like literally buzzing. Now I'm still waiting for the heater box to either burst open or something, but so far so good. So that flux I used, I reckon, made a big difference, and maybe the solder stick did. It's very similar to the solder stick I had, but I'm pretty sure that flux is what made all the difference. Right, I'm just going to do a little run out around the back of the tip and then head for home. Put my air filter on and pretty much sign off on this car as fixed. I got red line set at 3,400 RPM. Well, a little bit of a ping there maybe, but nothing to worry about. I'm going to leave it there. It's running good. So maybe next week I do a run up to Bundy, go and get my gas bottles filled, take it for a good long run. Yeah, I definitely reckon this cam's nowhere near as aggressive as the cam I just took out. Maybe that was the problem. The cam that Gary gave me was a little bit too aggressive. I'm sure this thing could go a lot harder than it's doing now. But you know what, I don't care. I've had a huge bloody win. Certainly put the time and effort into it, as you all saw. And thanks, like I said, big thank you, Kristen Cleary. You were such a big help there, mate, especially with the front timing cover and all that. If you hadn't sent me that email explaining all that, I probably would have pulled the fucking motor out. I probably would have just pulled the fucking motor out. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. I think that would have been a little bit too much for me. So, big saving of time and effort there. Make sure nothing's coming. Nope. I don't know who that was, but they gave me a big ass wave. So yes, not as much pick up and go as the last cam. Definitely not as much. Oh, it feels good to be driving the boat again. And as far as those people telling me to park it up in the shed and go buy something else, well, you know what? Not happening. Yeah, it was stressful. Of course it's bloody stressful when you're doing this sort of shit, especially if it's been the only car. If this was just a weekender or a Sunday driver, you wouldn't give a shit, you wouldn't care, but this is the only car and I can't have it off the road for any serious amount of time. I need my car. So, right now she is running beautiful. I've done everything I needed to get it right, as I can. Time to get back into the bus. I think that's what's next. I can literally park this up, knowing that I can get in this, start it and run it, and I'm not going to have any trouble at the moment. Yeah, that coil's really buzzy. It's a buzzing coil. Oh dear. I can't wait to get a bike ride in. I'm so hanging to get on my bike. I've just sort of pushed the bike into the shed, left it there, and Giving all my time to the car. I'm giving all my time to the boat. Maybe next week I might get a bike ride in. Yeah, she sounds good. She sounds solid. Like I said, doesn't feel as powerful as the last cam, but you know what? Maybe this will be a little bit more economical, I hope so. And she'll just be a good cruiser. At the end of the day, I've always just wanted reliability. I mean, that's all we want from our cars and bikes, is just reliability. I don't mind doing maintenance work, but I don't want to be going fucking doing cams and shit all over again, that's for damn sure. All the neighbours who saw me walking around, and it'll be all interesting to see the cars all up and going again. Rightio, well, safely back in the... Oh! What are you doing here, baby? Go on, go home. Is his gate open? How did she get here? That's Brian's dog, I'm sure of it, no? I might have me idle a little low. Rightio. Quick look under the bonnet, make sure there's no water leaks. Rightio, well, so no leaks from the heater box whatsoever. No oil leaks down the front, no water leaks anywhere. I'm not overly happy with the timing at the moment. I'm not sure why that is. It's not, maybe it's just this cam. I might have a tickle with the carby a bit later on, but right here and now, I'm prepared just to leave it as it is, and I can do my serious fine tuning much later. Little wisps of smoke coming up off the back here. I do believe this rocker cover's a little bit, this gasket's buggered. I'll give it a bit more of a tighten up when she cools down, but I've got a feeling I'm going to have to pull this rocker cover gasket and replace the gasket. Other than that, this car is actually going. So, rightio, welds, I'm pretty happy right now. It really is pretty much a set and forget. Just got to throw the air cleaner on and drive it around, and that should be as good as it needs to be. So, anyway, welds, that was a fairly long saga. Let's hope that no tickety-tick starts happening down the road. And next trip I really want to do is up to Bundy and fill up some gas bottles. So, rightio, welds, good to be back. Good to be back in service. I need to get up into the bus again soon. Finish off my little mushroom, finish off the cover, get up and get that done, and get my solar panels back up on there and pumping power back down into my batteries. So, rightio, well, stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze, and I will catch you later. Bye.